what's going on? So it feels like the universe is kind of calling me to make this video. You can see a lot of videos and read a lot of articles about incels, and I saw a video about something called a gymcel, which that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, damn, like that's kind of me now. It's kind of my situation. Like, obviously, I have a son. I've been in a handful of relationships that, with the exception of the last one, never lasted very long. Um, I think that's probably just because of my own mental issues that I've been going through for most of my life. But um, it's a problem that a lot of people are going through. And I had my first girlfriend, lost my virginity, first everything when I was like 17. Um, and I think it was almost another 10 years after that until like I had gotten laid again or had any kind of relationship again. And immediately following that, it was kind of just social anxiety and lack of social skills. And the tail end, the most of that fucking decade was, because of those two things still, but also like, being addicted to drugs and being broke. And also I was kind of idealistic in some unrealistic ways about like what relationship is supposed to be and how things are supposed to work, just because of kind of how the Catholic Church influenced me. And like I was just a lot of things were kind of jumbled in my head. But um anyway, so like I said, it seems to be a problem that a lot of people are having. And whenever I see a video on incels, like, I always get really angry because a common theme, like it seems like pretty universal with, I guess, the incel community. They always want to blame it on external things. There's, I think we're going on 7 billion people in the world, um, roughly 50-50 male, female. Just if you're an incel, and so to further lay out my qualifications, like, I can count the relationships and the amount of women that I've had sex with on one hand. Granted, like, once I get to that point, I'm fairly talented and things go very well, like never any complaints um, in the satisfaction department. But just because of my mental issues, like, it usually never lasts long. I've grown a lot since then. Who knows what the future holds? But the point I'm trying to make, so that there's my qualifications. If you're an incel and you think I'm like talking out of my ass, here's what bothers me. Going back to what I was saying, there's 7 billion people in the world, roughly a 50-50 split, male, female. It's a common thing in this incel community to think that the world is the problem. It's the women that are the problem. And granted, we're going through some societal, things, and like, shit's kind of fucked up. I get that. But 3.5 billion women, and the problem is with them, with all of them. Come on, bro. Like, you've got to look within. I mean, even with this decade, it might have not quite been a decade, I'm not sure, but like, and it was fucked up. Like, this is that girl that ended up committing suicide, if you've watched any of the other videos. um you know First girlfriend, first everything, break up a little while after that, she commits suicide. Now, all this time, the last person that I had sex with was not even alive anymore. And that was a mind fuck. But the thing is, never once did I think that, like, I wasn't like pointing the finger at like females. Like, it always seemed obvious to me that the problem was with me. And so I have, I guess I'm a little bit older than like, I think, than like most of the people that are in this, like, part of this incel thing. Maybe my perspective is different, but like, I knew I sucked at talking to people. I knew I was fucked up in the head. I knew I had mental issues. I knew I wasn't great with words. I knew um, I didn't. I knew I was kind of a pussy, I guess. And like, just because of what I was going through, it took me, when I was addicted to, I was a junkie. Um, I didn't really have the means or the mental bandwidth to like consciously work on that problem and try to improve myself. And um God, and I guess like I'm just predisposed to not being a violent guy and like not being vengeful, and not like, even when I am angry at people, it's like my morals kind of block me from having, from like taking actions with nefarious intent. Um, I'm more of a turn the other cheek kind of guy. Like, you'll get what's coming to you. But even still, it's like, God damn it, just like, I know it's frustrating. I know it hurts. I know in some ways it's like psychological torture, but like, you've just got to focus on improving yourself. And like, with the social thing, like, it's just like, I make a lot of workout analogies, but it's just like doing reps of like an exercise. You just have to get practice somehow. And one thing that I've learned, I got a lot better at talking to people driving Uber. Like, I know not everybody's going to be able to use that as a tool to improve their social skills, but I guess what I'm really trying to prevent here is like, dude, like, if you're part of this category, like, these people, like, you can't go like shooting up places and like hurting people and stalking people, and like, you're directing your energy in the wrong direction. It's not gonna fix it. To give you another example, um, I've been I've been working at a gym for a while with a lot of people, and when I first got there, like, I was super fucking awkward. And for like the first month, if not more, I wondered like what the fuck I was thinking getting a job like this that required as much um like social savviness as a job like a personal trainer requires. Um, and if I had another option, just being honest, if I had another option at that time for a job, I probably would have quit and done something else. But I didn't. So I showed up to work every day, and I had some bad days. And uh, there's another reason for that. A legal substance that I was taking that kind of affected my mood at times, which I'm gonna make another video about. But it's like I said, it's just like doing reps. It's like those social skills. They are something that you can improve on, and you get more comfortable now. I guess just giving some information if anybody is actually trying to go the route of, improving themselves and working on their social skills rather than being violent or vengeful or stalking people, which I'm not advocating for. It seems like this gym cell video talked about, I think he said third places, and a third place is like, a bar or a restaurant, or a place like other than home and work where like you kind of go to socialize, and the gym can be one of those. And I work there, so like I said, I was super awkward at the beginning. Things have gotten better. There are regulars there, and from what I've experienced so far, it seems like if you pick a place, and you try to work on yourself in this particular place, but you take too long, people form their opinions of you. And it doesn't take long for them to form their opinions of you. And so even though it's been 4 or 5 months and I've kind of grown a lot and become a little bit different, it seems like most people still fit me into that original box that I came in at first. And it kind of seems like in order to really kind of truly, I already feel like I'm coming out of my shell, but in order to truly reap the benefits of that, it seems like I'm probably going to have to make a fresh start elsewhere. Because, again, from my experience, it seems very, very hard to get people to remove you from that original box that you came in and put you in the one that you currently belong. So again, the reason I'm saying that is I'm just trying to pass on my experience and what I've learned to anybody else who's going through the same problem. And maybe you kind of feel stagnant and stuck and like wondering why, like, I feel like I've improved, but like these people still aren't giving me a chance. That's my experience. Maybe it is yours too. But I'm starting to write outlines of these videos, but this video was not one of them. So hopefully this was, made a little bit of sense. Hopefully maybe this helped somebody. But like I said, just kind of going, I'm kind of rolling with what it feels like the universe is telling me to do. So yeah, I guess that's about it. So again, I hope this helps somebody. I hope somebody learned from it. If anybody has any comments, questions, shoot them down below, and I'll catch you on the next one.